When they were here last time, him and Chrisean was pregnant. Y'all were doing all that smoking and drinking here in the thing.
Sean's son's medical records leaking and everybody seeing and hearing about what's on them does not cancel her. I don't know what else at this point will. Like, somebody needs to get that little boy out of her care and get him out of her care quick. I tried to give Chrisean the benefit of the doubt because, you're not always the best parent. Not everybody is the best parent, but they might be the best parent for that child. No, she's not the best parent at all. Like, seeing what's on these medical records is making me sick. Like, mind y'all, he didn't ask to be here and she did not have to have him.
She's asking fans for prayers. Chrisean Rock, she's back in the news. Mind you, we haven't been talking about Chrisean in a while. She's back and she's turning her life around after Blueface, because now apparently this week they're off. While Blueface remains in a California prison, Chrisean is trying to convince us that she's moving on from Blue Circus as she finds herself back in the church. And she's been seen crying and singing in church with a new song called Yahweh, on which she reveals that she's left her old life to serve the Lord. However, after she pulled on the internet's heartstrings, she later appeared on a live stream and said that if Blueface is ready to be serious, she'll unfollow everyone and tattoo him on the other side of her face.
The Chrisean Rock circus has hit its darkest chapter yet, and this time, it's not about fights, brawls, or messy social media feuds, it's about her baby. After shocking leaks of Junior's medical records started making rounds, Jason Lee dropped a chilling confirmation that left everyone shaken. The truth? Chrissy and Junior's health battle is way more serious than anyone ever imagined, and the prognosis is nothing short of heartbreaking. But here's what has everyone side-eyeing. Why has Chrisean been keeping this condition under wraps while begging fans for prayers instead of transparency? What exactly is she hiding? And how deep does this rabbit hole really go? For the first time ever, Chrissy openly called on her fans to pray for my baby, signaling a dramatic shift from the chaos of the Blueface soap opera to a sudden focus on church and faith. And let's not forget, people have been concerned about this pregnancy from the very beginning. Fans remember the live streams where Chrissy was caught drinking heavy liquor and puffing blunts while showing off her belly, even telling other women online that it was fine to drink and smoke while pregnant. That reckless behavior wasn't just criticized, it sparked outrage from doctors and advocates who warned about the dangers of fetal alcohol syndrome and newborn withdrawal symptoms. Now, with Jason Lee's confirmation fueling the speculation, fans are asking if Chrissy's choices during pregnancy played a role in Junior's fragile condition. The circus might finally be slowing down, but the questions haunting this family are only getting louder. One of the lowest points came when Chrissy got so wasted during a live interview that security literally had to drag her out of the studio. The footage spread online like wildfire, leaving fans shocked, hurt, and embarrassed for her. The backlash got so ugly that even comedian Charleston White jumped in, taking things way too far by cruelly betting that Chrisean's baby would come out with disabilities.
I got 5,000. I say somebody tag Blueface. Somebody tag Blueface and Chrisean Rock. I got $5,000 that they have a retarded baby. If it ain't gonna be retarded, it's gonna be autistic. Or if it ain't be autistic, it's gonna be a mute baby.
His comments only poured gasoline on an already raging fire. But in a surprising twist, Blueface, despite being locked in a toxic roller coaster with Chrisean, actually defended her when a viral clip showed her puffing on weed while pregnant. He hopped on Twitter to argue that lots of women smoke until their last trimester, and claimed it had no real effect on pregnancies. That defense sparked a whole new wave of controversy, with health experts and moms online slamming his words as reckless and dangerous. And just when fans thought things couldn't get messier, the Paternity circus took center stage. Blueface publicly disowned the pregnancy, blasting Chrisean for supposed infidelity and accusing her of being with multiple men. He even called out a guy named Ronnie Doe, hinting that he could be the real father. In a post on X, he doubled down. To answer y'all questions, yes, me and Rock are officially done. It's strictly business. I tried it and clearly it wasn't giving. Before she announces she's pregnant with somebody else's child, not mine. That bombshell cracked the internet wide open. Suddenly, fans weren't just worried about the baby's health. They were questioning if Blueface was the father at all. Between leaked footage, messy accusations, and non-stop drama, the situation was spiraling into a scandal bigger than anyone saw coming. Blueface didn't hold back when he blasted Chrisean, claiming, 10 different men in the last year. Until I see DNA tests, then it's not mine. The jab hit hard, but Chrisean wasted no time firing back. She accused him of being bitter and paranoid after she ghosted him during a trip to Baltimore. According to her, he's just mad that I went to Baltimore and didn't tell him. I said I was in LA with my homegirl Stunna Girl, and I wasn't. I was in Baltimore with my family. I took a trip and he's blowing up my phone like, where you at? Where you at? I ghosted him for a whole 24 hours. So he can't live with that. He didn't know if I was with a dude or with my family, so he got to pop off a little bit. She laughed it off, but the bitterness between them was on full display. But once Junior was born, the conversation shifted from messy relationship drama to serious concern. Fans' worst fears started surfacing after a social media post appeared to highlight alarming details about the newborn's health. Observers pointed out red flags in Junior's features, from folds in the corners of his eyes to his constant open mouth to noticeably large, low-set ears. The images and videos sparked widespread speculation. Online communities debated whether Junior's high-pitched cries resembled symptoms of Cri-du-chat syndrome, or if they were signs of alcohol withdrawal linked to Chrisean's reckless behavior during pregnancy. Doctors and medical advocates began weighing in, stressing the need for proper testing instead of speculation.
I don't know if you guys seen Chrisean Jr.'s baby has been confirmed to be blind, completely blind. And I silently watched her journey when she was pregnant. I never followed Chrisean before that. I never followed Blueface. I never followed any of that, those people, their stories, their situations. But while she was pregnant, we all know there was she was going on a million different podcasts and creators videos, and she would be heavily drinking when she was pregnant. So when the baby did come, a lot of people, me included, there was a lot of speculation that was going around that the baby had fetal alcohol syndrome, or there was something else, and I can't place my finger on the other condition people heavily speculated that the baby had. Either way, people could tell the baby's not hitting milestones. And if you do, hindsight 2020, if you do look back of the videos that she did post with Chrisean Jr., you could see the baby doesn't trace with his eyes like he's supposed to. Just so certain things that a normal toddler or baby his ages, as he was getting older, those milestones weren't being hit.
But the internet wasn't letting go. Then came the real bombshell. One user claiming insider knowledge stepped forward to confirm Junior's condition, insisting the signs pointed directly to fetal alcohol syndrome. That revelation set the internet ablaze. Fans started demanding answers from Chrisean, begging her to seek proper medical care for her baby, instead of brushing off the growing concerns. What started as another messy Blueface versus Chrisean feud had suddenly turned into something way heavier, raising painful questions about the baby's future and the price of her choices during pregnancy. Chrisean's reckless lifestyle during pregnancy, where she was openly drinking and smoking without restraint, has left many convinced it could have contributed to her baby's developmental struggles. Even Blueface's own mother, Carlissa Saffold, broke down publicly, saying it crushed her to watch her grandson face possible health challenges. That moment alone had fans convinced the family was sitting on a painful truth they didn't want to admit.
Later, how is Junior doing?
He's great. He's growing.
Amen.
I've been keeping him off the internet on purpose. So, just give him.
But instead of slowing down or addressing the storm, Chrisean shocked everyone by tattooing Blueface's face across her cheek, right in the middle of heavy scrutiny about her child. The move was instantly labeled reckless and tone-deaf, sparking a fresh wave of criticism. Tia Kemp, who has never been shy about calling out celebrities, tore into Chrisean online. She slammed her for chasing toxic relationships instead of focusing on her baby's well-being. Kemp pressed her hard about Junior's missed milestones, asking why he hadn't started crawling or holding up his body the way babies typically should by that age. "We are trying to see milestones. What are you doing? We want to see if he is crawling, because he should be holding up his body by now. I can tell you. Is your mommy telling you this? I hope he is holding up his head." Kemp's words cut deep and reignited questions about whether Chrisean was prioritizing the wrong things. Months after dragging Chrisean's parenting during pregnancy, Kemp doubled down again, pointing out that Junior still hadn't started walking or running and suggesting that something serious could be holding him back. That conversation spread like wildfire on social media, feeding into the already massive speculation. And yet, through all the chaos, Chrisean clapped back with full denial. She flat out rejected the claims that Junior has any disabilities, insisting that her baby boy was perfectly fine. During an interview on the Danza Project, she pushed back on critics, saying, "He's great, he's growing. I've been keeping him off the internet on purpose." But with the internet dissecting every photo and clip that surfaces, the doubts just won't die down, and her every move only adds more fuel to the fire. For weeks, Chrisean stood firm on her decision to keep Junior off the internet. During her sit-down on the Danza Project, she looked straight into the camera and brushed off the critics, saying, "He's great, he's growing. I've been keeping him off the internet on purpose." To her, there was nothing wrong with her son, and she made sure to double down on that narrative. But then came the twist nobody saw coming. In a sudden turn of events, a leaked medical record surfaced online, shattering Chrisean's denial once and for all. The document appeared to confirm what fans and critics had been whispering about since her pregnancy. Junior was battling serious health challenges. The post outlined the child's fragile condition, and many immediately connected it back to Chrisean's substance use during pregnancy, including her highly public live streams where she was caught drinking and smoking. The leaked record didn't stop there. It highlighted what experts and internet detectives had long feared: fetal alcohol syndrome, along with a string of other complications. And it raised even darker questions. The details painted a devastating picture of a pregnancy that reportedly lacked proper prenatal care, with claims of exposure to substances like opioids and even cocaine. Suddenly, what many once brushed off as gossip began looking far more real and far more tragic. Fans flooded comment sections with outrage, demanding accountability, while others expressed heartbreak that an innocent child was paying the price for his mother's choices. Some even called for family intervention, arguing that someone needed to step in before things spiraled further. But just as the internet was reeling from these bombshell revelations, Chrisean flipped the script with her own explosive allegations, turning the scandal into an even bigger circus than before. Chrisean didn't hold back when she dropped her most explosive allegations yet, claiming that Blueface physically assaulted her while she was pregnant. According to her, at 7 months along, he allegedly threatened her life and the life of their unborn child. She recounted his chilling words: "If you get up, your stomach gonna bleed. I'm gonna kill this baby. You're going to be bleeding for a month." She even went as far as saying that he once struck her with a car while she was still expecting. In Chrisean's eyes, these violent moments weren't just trauma. They were directly tied to Junior's health struggles, but not everyone was buying her story. Blueface's mother, Carlissa Saffold, immediately jumped in to defend her son, who is now behind bars. She flipped the narrative, accusing Chrisean of being the true aggressor in their toxic relationship. In Carlissa's words, "Here he is sitting there just doing the time like it was his problem and his fault. Ain't complaining. And here we go, trying to pile on some more stuff on him." She reminded the public that Blueface's other 2 kids were born perfectly healthy, and she put the blame for Junior's condition squarely on Chrisean's wild lifestyle, her constant drinking, partying, smoking, and ignoring family and medical advice. And it wasn't just family chiming in. Media figure Jason Lee also weighed in, sounding more like a mentor than a critic. He urged Chrisean to stop deflecting and start focusing on herself and her son's health. On his podcast, he pointed out how she was often spotted drinking and smoking right alongside Blueface, and he stressed that those reckless choices likely played a major role in the serious health complications Junior now faces. Jason even suggested that the never-ending toxic back and forth between Chrisean and Blueface created a damaging environment that could only make things worse for their child. This latest chapter makes one thing brutally clear: the drama has officially crossed the line from celebrity scandal to a devastating reality. We're no longer just talking about messy relationships or viral fights. This is about a baby's future. With leaked medical records confirming disabilities and mounting health struggles, the spotlight isn't just on Chrisean and Blueface anymore. It's on whether their choices as parents have cost their son the chance at a healthy start in life. And that question is haunting everyone watching. At this point, even Jason Lee is urging Chrisean to drop the fame games and focus on what truly matters: the health and future of her son. And he's not wrong. This isn't just another messy hip-hop headline anymore. A child's life and well-being are hanging in the balance, and the stakes couldn't be higher. So now the million-dollar question is this: has Chrisean finally woken up to reality and gotten her baby the proper medical care he desperately needs? Or is she still hiding behind denial while the internet dissects dissects her every move and every decision. Fans are torn, critics are louder than ever, and the receipts keep piling up. What do you think? Will she step up as a mother, or will the chaos of her lifestyle keep drowning out what's really important? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this story is far from over, and you already know. We'll be right here to bring you every explosive update. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. And we'll see you on the next one.